1, 2, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. In the place to be. In the place.
Mic check.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you. Sorry to keep you waiting, everyone. We just came out to speak to folks. We're delighted to be here.
Can you just step up a little closer?
Yes, my name is Yetta Kurland, Y-E-T-T-A, last name K-U-R-L-A-N-D. I'm here with Thomas Shanahan, S-H-A-N-A-H-A-N. We're the attorneys here for the Coalition for a New Village Hospital. And we went into Supreme Court this morning to file papers.
These papers?
Yes. And these papers are asking that we compel the Department of Health to turn over vital information that we're entitled to as a community, information that we're entitled to because we need a hospital on the Lower West Side of Manhattan. Woo! Now, the coalition here, as well as myself and Tom, have been working around the clock for the last several months to try to get information and to demand that a hospital is restored in the West Side. We have tried to put together information. We've gotten a lot of information from folks anecdotally, people in the community, but we have been unable to get the proper information from the Department of Health. There are serious questions that have been raised, and we've put together a 200-page petition cataloging some of the things that we found. We analyzed a tax return from 2008 that showed excessive expenditures, including over $10 million paid to just 10 executives at St. Vincent's Hospital 2 years before they filed bankruptcy. We haven't gotten enough information. In specific, there have been claims that a closure plan was filed with the Department of Health by St. Vincent's Hospital. We've been requesting this basic information for months now. Those requests have gone unanswered, and we've been forced now to seek legal intervention, to go into court, to have a judge compel the Department of Health to turn over this information, to answer some of the questions that have come up in this process of over 3.5 months. It's been close to 100 days. We don't even have the urgent care center they promised, let alone a hospital. Do we accept an urgent care center for our community? No. Do we demand a hospital for the Lower West Side? Yes. You see, the closure of St. Vincent's raises many questions, but there's a bigger obligation that the Department of Health has. Whether or not St. Vincent's Hospital, a 501c3, is open or closed does not obviate the responsibilities of the Department of Health to continue to provide services needed in the community. And we want to make sure that the Department of Health does the right thing, that they disclose this information, that we get to the bottom of the serious questions that were raised, we get to the bottom of what went wrong and how St. Vincent's was allowed to close in the first place, and we want the Department of Health to do the right thing and to restore hospital services to St. Vincent's, the site of St. Vincent's Hospital.
Yes.
No needs assessment.
Hi, I'm Tom Shanahan.
needs assessment.
Thomas, S-H-A-N-A-H-A-N. I just want to say thank you to Yetta Kurland. We wouldn't be here today without the advocacy of Yetta Kurland. We wouldn't be here today without Eileen Dunn and some of the other employees of the hospital. You know, we filed a 200-page petition today because we were forced to do it. We went through and we prepared a document called Myths and Truths. This hospital claimed they were almost $1 billion in debt. On the information that we've been able to obtain as of yet, we believe that that $1 billion in debt is not necessarily related to the operation of St. Vincent's Hospital. We believe they transferred debt from other facilities around the city to St. Vincent's. We know they went on a $300,000 golf outing as the hospital was going into cardiac arrest, if you will. They paid $17 million to consultants as they ran it into the ground, and they paid their top 10 executives over $10 million. They have not accounted for $100 million in taxpayer money. So my friends, I would tell you this. There's over $700 million in federal, state, and city money that went into that hospital. We are demanding an accounting. We are demanding an investigation by the New York State Attorney General. And we believe, we, the coalition, we're a New Village Hospital. With that federal money, with that state money, with that city money, and the right people running this hospital, not the folks that ran it into the ground, that is a viable hospital that can be run for the benefit of that community. And we will not rest until there is a full-service community hospital in Greenwich Village.
You know, and we're sick of hearing excuses for why there can't be a hospital. Not once in 4 months since this hospital collapsed on itself, not once has there been so much as a public hearing on a city level, a state level, or a federal level. We hear that the reason that we can't have a hospital is because, you know, gee, no sponsors came forward and there was financial debt. When you look at the financial debt, it raises serious questions. When you look at the kind of expenses that were being made, it raises more serious questions. And I was told by a representative of the Department of Health that the alleged closure plan that was submitted on February 17th of 2010 was in fact a transition plan for Mount Sinai Hospital to come in and take over St. Vincent's Hospital. So why is that hospital allowed to close? And as Tom just mentioned, we've tried to get this document everywhere. We've gone to our elected officials. State Senator Tom Duane, Assemblymember Dick Gottfried are both chairs of the health committees respectively for their Assembly and Senate committees. Why is this information not being made available? And in fact, if it's true that Mount Sinai was ready, willing, and able to come in to take over the running of St. Vincent's Hospital, that raises even more serious questions. And the only way that we will know the answers to these very serious questions is if we have this information. It is public record, we're entitled to it, and we hopefully will get some relief today. And with that, I'd like to turn it over next to Eileen Dunn, who will speak to you today on behalf of the coalition.
Hi everybody, my name's Eileen Dunn. I was a nurse at St. Vincent's for 25 years. I'm here representing the employees of St. Vincent's. This is a sad day for me. I never thought I'd stand in front of the Supreme Court and have a case concerning the hospital that I loved and worked for being heard in Supreme Court. It's sad, and I'm mad, and I'm very unhappy for the Lower West Side people that they lost a hospital and a trauma level 1 trauma center that kept them safe and concerns for their health. That's not there anymore. There needs to be questions answered as to why that hospital closed, and nobody seems to want to give us answers. We need some transparency from the Department of Health, and the people on the Lower West Side need the answers to that, because right now, as we stand here, we're standing in an unsafe situation. If anybody was to go down on the pavement right now, we're standing on the corner of Center Street and Worth, and the closest place for a level 1 trauma center is up to Bellevue. Well, good luck getting there in the traffic, because I had trouble getting down here to the courthouse. Okay, so you need to think about that. And like I said, it's a very sad day for the employees of St. Vincent's today. We have questioned, while we were working there, the number of vice presidents that were there. We questioned at many times the number of people that in the higher administration that were working at St. Vincent's, and that wasn't in the last 2 years. I would say that's in the last 10 years. Because St. Vincent's was in bankruptcy before, and we know for a fact $63 million was spent on consultants in that first bankruptcy. It's yet to be told how many millions are being spent right now on the second bankruptcy. Because they're all still being paid, and there's still people in administration that are being paid up at St. Vincent's. Okay, so I leave you today with the thought that we need a hospital on the Lower West Side for the safety of the people that live, work, and play in this area. Thank you.
Dr. Davis, you must explain. Dr. Daines, you must explain. Dr. Daines, you must explain. Dr. Daines, you must explain.